長官ユナイテッドエンパイア今日は試合があったそして彼がエンパイアの応援してくれるってよみんなブローキンテーブルポッドキャストよろしく
Gentlemen, welcome to the Broken Tables Arena. This is the Broken Tables Podcast. I am your host, Jeffrey Vegas, here as always with our co-host, Rome, the Broken Predictions Champion. How you doing tonight, sir?
The time for talk is over. Tonight, I put Forrest to bed finally for the last time.
And speaking of which, our newest recruit or rehire, if you will, Forrest is here with us tonight as well. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Dude, just put me to bed. I want to go to sleep. Shit. Past my bedtime.
Ask and you shall receive.
All right. We're going to go ahead and welcome everybody that is joining us in chat. We got Big T. We got Coach Nick. We got Juan C. Welcome tonight, boys. We also got Hassan Terrell. Hi there. How you doing tonight? All right. So let's just get started here. We got a lot going on tonight with our Broken Predictions show after this Rampage review here. So let's get right into Rampage tonight. We started off with the Dark Order versus the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy. Dark Order had Hangman Adam Page in their corner tonight. This was a freaking fantastic match. This was one of the first times that I had a little bit of trouble with the comical stuff at the beginning, just because it was kind of focused on Hangman a little bit. But I still think this match was fantastic. Orange Cassidy did great. Everybody in this match did absolutely fantastic. And
see, I loved the comedy stuff that we had with Hangman and Orange Cassidy. When Orange Cassidy jumps on Hangman's back and tries to ride him like a horse, dude, that I was cracking up. And then the spot where Silver, Hangman saves Silver, he's kind of holding him. And so Orange Cassidy starts doing the kicks to Hangman.
Yeah.
And, Silver jumps out of his arms and shoves Hangman out of the way so he could take Cassidy's kick. I loved it. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. Granted, I was laughing as well, but afterwards I was kind of like, man, that was Hangman. But it was fine,
What does that mean?
He's a former world champion, it is what it is at the moment,
It's almost like if you look at the one side of the bracket, it looked like it was just like a lot of comedy teams, and then the whole other side was just the serious side. The elite route was just like nonstop flippies and fights and hard fights, and meanwhile it's like the other side is comedic.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing at all. So yeah, this was a great match again. I know, Rome, you love the Best Friends here. What was your favorite, spot or whatever you will of the match here?
Oh man, just in general, the Best Friends are so underrated. They're AEW day ones, and they're so good. And it really sucks that they're not on the All Out card. I mean, just about everybody I feel like is on the All Out card, and they're kind of not. So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but I love these guys. Even if you take Orange Cassidy out of the equation, I still love Trent and Chuck Taylor. These guys are just they got that dog mentality. They're just perfect. They're hilarious, which is great. Comedy's great, And then when it gets down to it and they want to start wrestling, like they'll wrestle you. And they're just dope. They're just great.
Agreed.
Love these guys.
How about you, Forrest? What was your favorite spot in the match?
Definitely Cassidy on Hangman's back, doing the riding him like a horse. That was great.
Yeah, that was
Such a
good.
good spot. Like that was.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like it was fun to see Hangman in a comedy match because I don't think we've seen him in one yet.
Right, yeah, it was something different. And again, I think that really added to the value of this. It's something new. And I really loved because it dawned on me when the match started that I don't think we've ever seen Orange Cassidy versus Hangman Adam Page. And it's such a fresh, just a fresh face off that I was so down for it. Yes, Big T, thank you. It's it's a Zelda shirt. I love my Zelda shirts. But this was great. I loved. You asked the favorite spots. There was a spot from the Best Friends that I really liked where they did one of their signature moves on the outside of the ring. For some reason, the name's escaping me, but it was it's where Chuck kind of jumps onto. I think it was Silver. Reynolds was yeah.
No, it was Alex Reynolds, and it was Trent does his strong zero, right?
That's what it is, yeah.
But I forget what it's called when Chucky T jumps up and does a drop kick to him. That is something else. It was the strong zero plus that. I forget what it's called as well.
Yeah, it's a great spot. But I also want to give props to John Silver because I really loved the ending sequence, or close to the ending sequence, with John Silver, where he kind of dives out of the ring, hits Chuck, runs around the ring, hits Trent on the barricade, jumps into the ring.
Yeah.
With Orange, and just it was a really good flow there, where Orange ends up hitting the Slumdog Millionaire, and then Silver dodges out of it. Well, not dodge, he takes the hit, but then kind of no-sells it. Adrenaline pumps back up and hits Cassidy. That was a great little sequence there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say that was my favorite spot of the match was Silver going crazy. Every time Silver goes wild, man, it pumps me up. I'm just like, Johnny Hungy, you know what I mean? So all right, so actually Johnny Hungy gets the pin on Chuck here, and the Dark Order get the win. So we are going to have Hangman and the Dark Order versus Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. This is going to be great.
So another great little thing, Jeff. I was gonna see if you were gonna mention it because I know you don't really like the Best Friends or Orange Cassidy, but we got a shout out to the podcast tonight where Chuck Taylor and Trent put Hangman through a table. Oof. It was a great spot.
Yeah, that was nasty. I saw everybody wondering what I said holy shit to in Discord. That was what I had said holy shit to.
Okay.
I was just not expecting, I was not expecting that shout out so quick in the show.
There was a nice little spot that I liked where right after the choke slam, Trent picks up the water and starts drinking it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like no one ever does that.
It's good for you. You gotta
like no, there's always water bottles on that damn tap, and he just drank it.
It's so perfect that they put those water bottles there because they always go flying through the air. You know what I mean? It's great.
Yeah, I thought that the ending was interesting in the sense that it was another roll up finish.
Yeah,
we'll get into the predictions, but it's another kind of fluky win here from the Dark Order, and it kind of makes me question them being in the finals. I mean, I guess it's kind of an underdog story kind of thing, I guess, but I don't know. Like even with Hangman there, they just feel really outclassed being next to the Elite. I mean, looking at this match at face value, like I love Silver, and I like Reynolds. Reynolds is fine, but I don't know, just the way that this tournament kind of shook out, like the Dark Order being there just doesn't feel deserved in a way. I mean,
yeah.
They just kind of like they rolled up Malachi Black.
That's right. Yep.
And then they rolled up. Was it Trent today? They rolled up.
Chuck actually took the pin.
Chuck took the pin. Okay. And then Chuck gets rolled up tonight. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really buy that the Dark Order should beat the Elite, but again, Hangman's there, so Hangman kind of really shakes up the way this is going. But we'll talk more about the pay-per-view in a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this was a great match. I think we all had a feeling the Dark Order were going to win that one there. Now, you know, we'll probably get to that later actually, because it comes up more a little bit later in a promo here. So we'll move on. Real quick question for both you guys. Did I miss a promo in between the first match and the second match? Because I have here that it went straight from that match right to the Rey Fenix versus Blake Christian match. Is that what happened?
There was a package for Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii.
That's right. Okay. I did see that. I just didn't write it down. All right. Yep. So there was a very good package, video package for Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. A lot of people were kind of like, who's this grandpa here? But, you know, we should know who he is by now. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciated them making this video package. It kind of shows the people that don't watch New Japan. It lets them know kind of where we're at very quickly with this feud. It's an ongoing feud between Ishii and Kingston, where Ishii beat Kingston when they wrestled last at in New Japan. So again, it's a nice little package. It did a great job. It shows you Ishii. It lets Eddie do the talking, and it basically says, "Hey, right now Ishii's up 1-0 on Kingston." And that's really what you need for this match. So it's like good on them for maximizing like the 15 seconds that they did here.
Yeah. And good on, just want to go over this again. Good on Eddie and Sammy for not only squashing their beef on Twitter, it's actually been reported that they sought each other out backstage and they squashed the beef again. So that's actually really cool for both of these guys. So, you know, good on both those guys.
They met before Dynamite last Wednesday, and I mean, really, it came down to a professional disagreement. I mean, that's really what it was, and it's okay. You know, they're adults, and at the end of the day, they did the right thing. They both talked it out, both backstage, and you know, Eddie fans were coming at Sammy, and Eddie told them to stop, and Sammy fans were coming at Eddie, and Sammy told them to stop, and you know, it's just adult shit. You be an adult, you know,
exactly.
Leave the fucking drama at the door. And people the problem is that people blew it up. We've been talking about it on the pod. There's been a lot of anti AEW smearing going on, and it's very clear that it's a thing. Like it's fucking right there in front of you. It's like every week AEW is putting out these excellent shows, building up to this excellent pay-per-view, and it's just something always is just like, oh well, this is going on, and then all the people at AEW are just like, we have no fucking idea. Like, this is blown way out of proportion.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking ridiculous, and
it is getting a little out of control.
It's exhausting. It's really exhausting.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know what y'all's Twitters look like, but I barely scratched the AEW side, and half of the time on that hashtag it's just like it's not praising AEW. I will say that.
Well, so I mean, I follow a lot of wrestling news for the sake of, you know, the show. So unfortunately I kind of get a blend of kind of everything, and it's just dog shit. Like, there are people going around like still making a big deal about, for example, like inclusivity, you know, in AEW in terms of not just, you know, representation. Whereas, you know, AEW at tomorrow or Sunday night, they have like 14, you know, black wrestlers on the card. You know, WWE, they have one, and it's just some bullshit. Like, I actually saw on Twitter some stuff tonight about like how Ruby Soho and the rest of the women need to get more TV time. Like, the fact that Ruby didn't get like any time tonight was ridiculous. And it's like, bro, SmackDown had 0 women's matches. Like,
Ruby won.
Like, at least
Ruby Soho won her match. She pinned someone.
Yeah, I know, but that was like legit. That's like, I'm just saying what I see.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, just like, people are so blind.
It's like, oh man, Ruby Soho and the rest of the women's division get no time, get no work at all. It's just like, really? Because Ruby and Ty wrestled tonight.
Yeah.
And like 0 women's matches on SmackDown tonight. So it's like, make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Like, if you're going to have a critique, that's fine, but like, no double standards. I don't like double standards.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
All right. So next up was the my match of the night, I believe. This was Rey Fenix versus Blake Christian. This was great. I'm not sure if it was, you know, really obvious, but it really felt to me like Rey Fenix was, I don't want to say like, well, I guess I do want to say going heel, because he definitely had this like new attitude about the match. He looked like fed up with something throughout the whole match. And Rey Fenix does get the win, and when the ref tried to put his arm up, he ripped his hand away from the ref like like a heel would normally do. So I'm actually wondering if Rey Fenix is going to start getting some sort of a new character here and possibly go heel.
I don't know. I mean, he definitely looked angry, but I think it was more so focused. I mean, he doesn't really have any heat with, in storyline, obviously, with Blake Christian, which, like, keep an eye on Blake Christian. Don't sleep on Blake Christian. I've been watching Dark and Elevation. This dude's out there killing it, having really good matches on Dark and Elevation. I know in the Discord, you guys were kind of like, "Who's this guy?" And I'm just like, man, Blake, do not sleep on Blake Christian. That's all I'm asking. Don't sleep on this guy. He's had great matches at the Ring of Honor pay-per-views, this year that Tony Khan's ran, and now he's doing great on Dark and Elevation, and I was really happy to see him kind of get this spot. Very similar to Ryan Nemeth. It's like these are guys that I really like to get them in these spots. And you know what? I was also really happy that this wasn't a straight up squash match. I thought this was going to go like 2 minutes. Yeah. Rampage was so stacked tonight and so filled up, especially for a live show. I thought that they were going to just like, all right, have Ray go out there, hit a flip or two, hit a high flying move or two, hit your finisher. Let's get to the back and let's get a 90-second commercial break going. But like, no, they were just like, oh, okay, we're going to at least go 5 minutes, which that was great.
Yeah, I thought the same thing actually, because I put Blake Christian right there with Dante Martin. I say, they're both fairly, equal when it comes to the acrobatic stuff. So yeah, I was definitely hoping that it wasn't going to be a quick squash match, and this was perfect. I think it was maybe 4 or 5 minutes, maybe even 6, but I thought it was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it was a great match. Like, Blake Christian, I haven't paid attention too much to him on Dark, but I will be looking out for some matches now.
Yeah, absolutely. His red hair makes him stand out.
Yeah, I just feel like people need to watch more Dark and Elevation. I know they're the YouTube shows. I know that they don't get like a lot of like they don't have a lot of the big names on those shows, but like there is some good wrestling there. There is enhancement matches, but the main event usually is pretty good. Like this last week, both Dark and Elevation's main event were both really, really good.
Yeah, I can concur. They were both really good. All right, next up, we had a segment in the back with Lexi Nair and Hook. And immediately we got Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Angelo Parker coming up. They get up in Hook's face and, say they want to get a taste of the titles. Taste of the titles. I can't tell you how much I absolutely love Daddy Magic on any sort of microphone, whether he's on commentary, whether he's cutting a promo, or whether he's just being the background guy to Angelo here. This dude is unbelievable. It's got to be his voice and that accent, that Canadian accent he got is just it's something else.
Which is funny because I think he said like I'm from the streets of New York, which is funny because Hook is also from the streets of New York. Unless he was talking about Hook, maybe I missed it. But man, Matt Menard is the greatest hype man ever.
Yep.
Like
so good.
I wish that I had Matt Menard following me around, just living my life, just being my hype man. Just excellent. I love it. This is an excellent segment. And I'm really excited for this match too. The 0 Hour has some really good matches on its card, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for Hook and Angelo Parker.
Same. All right. Next up was Sammy Guevara and Ty Melo versus Ruby Soho and Ortiz. This was it was just a rematch. This was, I guess, just as good as the first match. Would you say just as good, or you think it was better?
I thought it was a little bit better. I actually it was funny because we talked about Ruby Soho earlier. I thought Ruby absolutely was like kind of the star of this match for me. I really enjoyed the work she was doing tonight. I thought it was great to see her kind of get hands on with Sammy. She's kicking the shit out of Sammy at some points. I thought it was really enjoyable. These mixed tag matches can be real hit or miss because of the rules. Yeah. Again, I'm a big like rules guy when it comes to tag team wrestling and the 3-way dance tags and the mixed tags, and but I appreciated that usually in these mixed tag matches it's like, okay, the men are fighting the men and the women are fighting the women, but it like no in between, no crossing there. But that did not happen, and Ty obviously I think got involved with Ortiz. I think Sammy like grabbed and threw Ruby at one point too, so it wasn't just Ruby. But it was really great to see the kind of like, yeah, why wouldn't Ruby kick Sammy in the back? Why wouldn't Ty, push Ortiz? Why wouldn't Sammy break up a pin? You know what I mean? It's just like it's smart booking, and it just makes sense when you do it that way.
Yep.
It's definitely gonna make the division better too. Like it could create a division with these kind of rules. You know, whereas like is it opposed to it being what in the Fed, as you would call it, being a spectacle match or whatever, you know,
it's much more no contact
like, a while kind of thing versus like, oh wait, no, like there could actually be like titles and stuff.
Yep.
There is in AAA.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of this was actually before the match when they first started to come out, Sammy and Ty, and Tony Schiavone was begging them not to make out on stage. He was like, "Please don't kiss." He's like, "I'm begging you not to make out right now." And that got me. I was cracking up at that one. So like Rome said, Ruby Soho basically was like the focus of this match. You know, anybody thinking she's not getting any screen time, this was live Rampage. She picks up the win here, gets the pin on Ty Melo. She even got a bunch of offense in on, Sammy Guevara there. So this was nice. Good job for Ruby Soho here. And, serviceable match, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
All right. Next up was a backstage segment with Hangman and the Dark Order in that locker room, just like with the United Empire the other day. Of course, Don Callis comes in to interrupt right away. And I absolutely loved what Don Callis said here, pointing out that, hey, you told your best friends in the world that you weren't going to join this tournament, out of respect for, these guys. And you join their team and they have to find out by seeing you on TV. I absolutely loved this Don Callis spot pointing this out, It almost seems as if he's pointing out the dark side of Hangman coming out. And I loved how he was like, "I've been doing it for years. It's going to get easier. It'll get easier." This was just absolutely great. I loved it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I thought it was, I really loved it. I love Don saying like, "Oh, you don't worry. You're just being a snake. I've been doing this for years. It gets easier."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I loved it. This was excellent. This Rampage was so good, and we've talked about it a lot. But live Rampages are just 100 times better than the taped ones. There's an energy to it and a flow to it. And honestly, part of me feels like the talent is just the roster they feel motivated leading into this pay-per-view, which is good. It's what you want. Like everyone's really putting in their best foot forward right now. Everyone's just doing great work. I wonder if that is kind of some of the online smearing. Like, eventually you work there and you're happy there. You probably get a little frustrated, eventually.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So let's move on here. Next up was a really good backstage sit down segment with Jade and Athena with Mark Henry. Athena cut a fire promo on Jade here. I really, really enjoyed this promo from Athena. Can't wait to see this match. I for one, I'm hoping that Athena dethrones Jade for a little while here. I'd like to see, I'd like to see some matches where we kind of don't know who's going to win them. With Athena, it's much more believable for her to go up against the rest of the roster at this point. But yeah, I thought this was a great backstage sit down segment. What do you guys think?
I thought that this was one of the first times where, in terms of promo, Jade was not the star of this.
Yeah.
Like Athena outdid Jade here. This was like legitimately an excellent job done by Athena. It was just usually like even when Jade was a little green in terms of the wrestling, the one thing that she could do was do the talk. And she could really back it up. And not that she didn't hear from me, but like she was at, like I felt like going into like during the segment, Jade was at like a 7, but I felt like Athena was at like a 9.5. Like it was just like man, it was good. It was really good. And
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right. Next up was another segment backstage with the Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory. I really, really enjoyed the part where the Acclaimed said, you know, this ain't your house. They're like, we have the most wins in AEW tag team history. This is our house. That was perfect. And I actually didn't know they had the most wins in AEW tag history. Not even sure if it's true, but we're going to go with it. I do believe it's probably true.
And they also stated another fact that they had the number one selling shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees right now, which is actually a fact. That shirt came out today at about 11 hours ago, 12 hours ago, and it is already the number one selling shirt for the month. Like, it's September 2nd, but they looked at August, and it's already outsold every shirt that was sold in August.
Wow. And that's the new Scissor Me Daddy ass one.
They're over, and I might be buying that shirt come the end of this weekend. I'm planning on doing a Pro Wrestling Tees order probably Monday. I want to see how things lie out after the pay-per-view, but really strong chance I'm buying that shirt. I love those guys and I want to support them.
Nice. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I liked, though, for Swerve and Glory had a great last line of the last time I checked. Rock, they were saying like how they're stone, they're gravel, they're the mountain. It's like last time I checked, Rock beat Scissors. I was like, oh, that's clever.
Yeah, that was really,
I really like that line.
Very smart.
It was a really good showing from Swerve tonight. I thought the Acclaim were great. They're usually really great. It's a very high bar for them. But yeah, Swerve definitely came out swinging, and it was really, really good. Again, I just feel like the entire roster is just super motivated right now. I just feel like these guys are all going out there and they want to put the best show on that they can. And like, I don't know, it feels really good, and the show feels really exciting, and I'm really excited for Sunday.
Agreed. All right, next up we had the FTR and Wardlow coming out to the ring. Dax went out there, cut himself a really nice promo, but was so rudely interrupted by the Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley and oh man, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Chris Sabin. There we go. Alex Shelley cuts a really good promo. I'll admit I'd never watched a lot of Impact when Alex Shelley was there. I do know Chris Sabin, but not so much Alex Shelley. I thought he cut a really good promo. Talks about, I think then he said something about Dax's kid. No, but that was Sanjay, wasn't it?
It was Sanjay.
Ooh. So Sanjay mentions Dax's kid, and immediately Dax just goes ballistic, man. Like, I thought he was gonna go kill somebody. Wardlow's holding him back. Everybody's holding him back, and he's trying to go out there and kill Sanjay Dutt. This was a good segment. I'm interested for this match. You know, Dax said in his promo how everybody's wondering why this match even exists. And Dax said, look, man, he's like, this is the end of our, not the end, but towards the end of our career. And every match is part of our legacy, you know? So it was a good promo.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought that I love the emotion from Dax in the start of the promo. And yeah, he kind of took a shot. I think he even said the dirt sheet reporters. I think he said that, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed that shot. I mean, again, like, if you're watching this product and you're seeing what's going on, and every week it's just something different, and then that something different like just gets completely shut down or disproven, or it was taken out of context or blown out of proportion. Like, remember like 3 or 4 weeks ago when there was a big rumor going around that Dynamite was going to go down to 1 hour, and like Warner like was like, what are you fucking talking about? No, it's one of the best TV shows on cable. Like, what do you mean? No, they're not going to 1 hour. It's just, I could see it from a talent's perspective, because Dax was also kind of vocal about the Punk stories that were coming out. He was on Twitter and Instagram a lot, kind of being like, no, that's bullshit. He's very happy where he is. I know him and I work with him. You don't. But,
yeah.
But I love the shot that Sanjay made. It wasn't even a shot. It was just more so like just talking about his daughter, which I thought was really cool. I also love this team is basically like the X Division boys, because I think all 4 of these guys were Sanjay, Lethal, and Motor City Machine Gun. I'm pretty sure they were all
X
Division back in the day.
Great point. They were.
Love it.
That's awesome. All right. Next up was time for the main event. We had QT Marshall versus Ricky Starks. And if you noticed right away when they were doing their, their video packages before the main event on Rampage, QT Marshall was missing the factory behind them, and he kind of tried to play it off like, oh, I don't need the factory. Look, they're not even behind me. And Ricky Starks kind of showed everybody why they weren't behind him, because he had locked them all in the locker room by shoving a big pipe in front of their door. I thought that was a really good way to get started with this match. They actually started the match brawling backstage right after their little, time for the main event video packages there. This was good. I liked how they started it in the back. I like how Ricky Starks locked everybody in the locker room so we could have a clean match, you know what I mean? Which we'll get to that a little bit later, but this was great. I loved how it started backstage. What did you think of that?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just it's just such a cool, unique way to start a match, and also it was a really cool thing for Ricky Starks to do that. That's kind of something that you would like expect from Ricky Starks. Like, of course, he locked the members of the factory in their locker room. Like, it's moments like that that kind of help build up a character, and like Ricky Starks is just really cool. He's a really cool character with he's an excellent wrestler. He's a pillar, you know what I mean? Like, he's an AEW pillar. I know we talk about the 4, but he's going to be there for a long time, hopefully, or at least he should be. And yeah, I just loved having this match start from the backstage and work its way out. It's not the first time it's been done, but it's something that doesn't get done very often. So I really appreciated it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart babyface energy, finally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like he didn't forget that he was a heel like 4 weeks ago, He learned something from that time.
Yeah. All right, so Ricky Starks and QT Marshall have a great match here, but the factory did wind up coming out to the ringside towards the end of the match. I do wish that we would have got to see something of how they got out of the locker room rather than them just coming out of nowhere, but it was fine. Eventually I guess you would have figured they would get out. Somebody would hear them banging on the door and, pull the pipe out backstage, but
yeah.
Someone I just wish
by backstage and just saw and they're like, "Oh, let me help these guys."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, but it is what it is. So they came out, they caused a little bit of interference, but not enough. Ricky Starks hits the Rochambeau onto QT Marshall for the win. I really, really enjoyed the after-match fight here. We had Will Hobbs come out, and him and Ricky Starks just started beating the snot out of each other, and that's kind of how we went off the air. So excellent episode of Rampage. Looks in chat like everybody does enjoy these live versions of Rampage more, even though I swear to God I cannot tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference between the live Rampage and the not live Rampage?
I mean, I can, because there's certain things that like they didn't have time to do, like some of the video packages, but it really, I don't know. I feel like the ones, because I keep any spoilers away from myself and all that. Maybe because I try to watch them as if they're live. Maybe I like do it to myself, but yeah, it's very little difference for me.
I don't know. There's just an energy about it. I mean, definitely. Yeah. Well, number one, the live Rampages, they usually do like a special Dark taping. So we'll probably get an episode of Dark tomorrow, by the way. Keep an eye out for that. It's not confirmed, but it's just the way the pay-per-view structure works is they always have like a night before the pay-per-view, they do a Dark because they have this live Rampage and you're not going to bring everyone to the arena for a 1-hour show. But like the crowd is just so much more pumped up for these live Rampages. I mean, we've been to Dynamites where we've never been to a live Rampage, but like even if like Philly's we're usually pretty hot all the way through the Rampage, but when we went to Newark for Dynamite and Rampage, the crowd was dead for Rampage. The crowd was like
that I do notice. The crowd is definitely hotter for them. I'm just more meaning of like the show for me. Like the show does,
I just think the pacing's a little bit better. Like when you do a taped Rampage, like yes, in this Rampage they're still shoving kind of everything together and getting it out there. But I don't know. It just feels like there's like when you're doing it live, there's a moment to breathe a little bit. Not a long moment, but just a short moment.
That makes sense.
Where it's like, I don't know. It's the pacing of it. Something about it is just way better. I still want them to go live 2 hours on Friday nights, but just for now, the live Rampages are just excellent.
Yeah. Hey, we got big sexy Kevin Nash in the chat. Welcome, sir. All right, so that does it for the Rampage review show here. Do you have a recap of what's going to be going down on Dynamite yet? Or I don't know if they've announced much because of the pay-per-view, right?
They didn't announce much. The only thing that we got is what was announced on Wednesday. Sorry, for everyone that's been watching, I'm currently writing tallies and stuff, getting ready for the prediction show. I don't like to do it before Rampage in case they add something or whatever. But yeah, no, all we have right now is the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia on Wednesday.
Okay. All right, so shall we get into our Broken Predictions Championship prediction show here?
Yes, it is time. All right. Well, for those of you who are new here, we have our Broken Predictions League, where basically I will be defending my World Championship tonight against Forrest. You finally decided to show up. Welcome to the show, bud.
I only come out for gold.
Never put in the work, I see, but that's okay. And also, we will be crowning our inaugural Broken Predictions Tag Team Champions tonight. So without further ado, let's get into the ring announcements for tonight. I'm going to be doing the ring announcing for the Broken Predictions Tag Team Championship match. And as I've said, the following is a tag team match to crown the inaugural Broken Predictions Tag Team Champions. Coming to the ring first, representing the High Rollers, now residing on the Strip. He is the high-risk bettor and the Fed's #1 fan, Juan. And his partner, now residing outside of Philadelphia, but not actually inside of Philadelphia. He is the GM of the Broken Tables podcast and chairman of the High Rollers. He is the gambler, the rambler, and the shambler, Jeffrey Vegas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm also the Langhorne, Pennsylvania Magic the Gathering pre-release champion tonight, by the way.
You sent me that. You said it in the Discord, but if you had told me the name, I would have included it.
It's all right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And their opponents, representing the King's Court, now residing in the King's Castle, standing in at a towering 7'4". He is the first guard of the King's Court, Big T.
Big T.
And his partner, also representing the King's Court, from the film room, weighing in at a weight that is honestly extremely in shape. He is the coach, Coach Nick.
Yeah.
Woo.
All right. And now I will be doing the announcing for the Broken Predictions World Championship. All right. Coming in first is our challenger, weighing in at 1 absolute unit. Here to take his rightful title and go home, Forrest Dude.
Damn right.
All right. And now,
I got more champions to win.
he is currently the longest reigning Broken Predictions champion of all time. He is also the youngest Broken Predictions champion in history. He also lays claim to being the greatest and most successful Broken Predictions champion of all time. He is the only singles competitor who is undefeated in ranked competition. His favorite wrestler is the best in the world! Ruling over the King's Court, making predictions out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of the greatest wrestling fans in the world. He is your Broken Predictions champion, King Rome. All right, I gotta ask, guys. How did I do that? I feel like I did that pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously these predictions are going to be running at the same time during the pay-per-view. So the tag match and the championship match for the world title will be at the same time. But we will be all making our predictions here tonight. So for the tag match, guys, just remember, since it is a tag match, we're kind of going to be tagging each other in for the picks. So every other pick, I think, should be the way that we'll do it. I'll make the first pick. Juan, you'll make the next pick on the next match, and so on and so forth. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're starting in the tag match, correct, Jeff?
What's that?
Are you starting in the? Are you the first legal man on for your team, or
Oh,
is
that's a
Juan?
good point. That's a good point. Shall we start with Juan in the ring? Yeah, I think we're
Okay,
going to
Juan and
start with
Jeff,
Juan in the ring, and I'll come in for the hot tag. So Juan gets to
Juan and
take the
Jeff, you
first
figure
pick.
that out. Coach and Big T, I need to know who's going to be the legal man starting this match out, so we can count your predictions. And yes, thank you, Trav Rock. The King's Court's taking home all the gold tonight. It's going to be beautiful. And now Jordan's back too. Oh my God! The King's Court is back at 100%. You know, Jordan was back in the Discord today. Beautiful thing. You know, this is going to be a fantastic event.
Man, 100% of a bunch of zeros is still zero, my guy.
Well, okay, so Juan's asking what the first match is. And so I'm just going to point out the first match I have that we're going to be doing predictions is Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. So, yes, whoever's going to start that, let me know. Coach saying he'll start. So the coach will be the starting legal man. Make sure I write that down. Okay. And then, Jeff, I need a decision between you and Juan who's going to be starting out for your team.
Juan is going to be starting out in the ring. He will get first pick of this match.
All right, and obviously Forrest and I, we will both be competing as well.
Yes.
Jeff, even if you're not the legal man, please feel free after all the picks are in to give your pick.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started with Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii. It looks like Juan's already locking in with Eddie, and so is the coach. So we got Kingston for Juan.
I'll be going with Eddie as well.
I am also going with Eddie Kingston here.
Eddie.
Okay, so hold on. So this is a Kingston across the board. Allow me to write this down. Bear with me. Apologies. All right. The next match that I have on tap is the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Pac versus the returning Kip Sabian. Forrest, why don't we start with you for this one? Who do you think is winning this one?
Pac. Retain.
You think Pac retains? Okay. Jeff, what about you? You are the legal man, sir.
I am going with Kip Sabian to win the title.
Okay, and then we need a pick in for a Big T. Do we have a pick? No, we don't have a pick for Big T yet. Keep an eye on that. I guess I'll give my pick now. So I think that Kip Sabian's going to be winning the All-Atlantic Championship here. I think that there's been a very, very, very long build here for Kip returning. And I do think that Pac has defended the title about 4 times since he won it 5 times. So, I mean, I could see this being kind of a good chance to get Kip doing something. I really like, just a small thing, but they did for the title match is the video like title card where they're actually moving in it, and Kip he takes the box off and flips it and catches it, and
good.
it was so good. He said on Twitter that that was the first take they did, and it was so good they were like, "Oh, we're doing that. We're using that."
Done.
Looks like Big T chose Kip Sabian. So picks are locked in. I'm picking Kip Sabian. Forrest is picking Pac. Jeff is picking Kip, and so is Big T.
All right.
All
I
right.
think Forrest was Forrest the only one taking Pac?
Yep. Forrest is the first different pick taken tonight.
All right.
Everyone else is on the exact same page so far.
Ryan's taking Pac as well, but you know.
Cool.
Yeah, one day we can get you in, Ryan. We'll get you in one day.
I think that this is it's beautiful booking, and there's a lot of matches here tonight where, you know, it's really a lot of these matches are a toss up. It's not easy. This is not an easy card to predict for. I think Forrest, you can agree with that.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ryan. Very good point.
It's extremely difficult. All right. Next up, we have for the FTW Championship, Hook versus Cool Hand Angelo Parker. Well, I guess hold on. It's Jeff, you're not the legal man, so you don't get to go first. I guess I'll go first. I think Hook retains here. I think this is going to be a really fun little match, but I mean, it's way too soon for Hook to lose a match.
Absolutely, yeah.
Forrest?
This is going to be an easy clap. Hook.
Okay. Juan is up, and so is the coach. So Juan and coach, who's winning this? Hook or Angelo Parker? Coach saying Hook. Jeff, yeah, I'm guessing you're taking Hook as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get swerved. Watch.
No way. That would be ridiculous.
That's the other match.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, so we have across the board Hook. So, all right. And then last up for the last match on the 0 hour. Keep in mind the 0 hour is a free card of wrestling. You know, this is a 15-match card. So, it's fantastic. Announced tonight, the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships will be on the line. Ortiz and Ruby Soho pinned the champions tonight, so they're going to be getting a title match on Sunday. Melo and Sammy Guevara defending the title against Ortiz and Ruby Soho. Jeff, you're the legal man. You may make your pick here.
So this is gonna be the same match we saw tonight, but for the titles.
For the title, yes.
I got Sammy and Ty to retain.
All right. I also am taking Sammy and Ty to retain. Forrest?
Sammy and Ty to retain.
All right. And then we just need a pick from Big T. Can someone let me know while I'm writing this down if he says it already? Ryan Davis taking Ortiz and Ruby Soho. Oh, he's taking a title change here. Oh, wow. That would be pretty cool. I like Ruby Soho a lot. It would be cool to get her some gold, even though it's not AEW gold. But I do love that AEW works with these promotions and lets championship matches just happen on their show. It's really cool.
It's free advertising.
It is, and it's the way it should be. You should be able to work together. You know, it's not like the Fed. They want like a monopoly. They want to be the only game in town. Fuck them. Can't stand them. Big T taking Sammy and Ty. All right, so locking that in. So everyone took Sammy and Ty for this one. Next up, we have Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, versus the Lionheart, Chris Jericho. And I think I'm up first. I am. I'm taking Bryan Danielson here.
Okay.
Forrest?
Bryan Danielson.
All right. And then who's legal man here? Juan and Coach are the legal men. Excuse me. Well, legal man and legal boy. Right. Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, he's 17. He's considered an adult in some states.
Not in this state. Not in the state I'm. All right. While we're waiting for Juan and Coach to put their picks in, I mean, yeah, I think Bryan Danielson's kind of a lock here. I think that this is kind of it's a grudge match. You know, you got Bryan Danielson, who was put on the shelf because of Jericho and Hager, and I think Bryan Danielson was walking away with this one.
Juan, my man, taking Jericho.
Juan's taking Jericho, and then I need Coach. Do we have a pick for Coach yet while I write down Jericho?
Coach is taking Danielson.
All right. Jeff, who are you taking here?
You know, I'm actually going with Jericho as well.
What's your reasoning?
I think this whole thing where Daniel Garcia's been kind of like playing to be a good guy, I think it's a ruse. I think we're going to get...
I think it's the other way around.
It could go either way. It really could. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
He's too much of a sports entertainer.
A reasonable thing where Jericho does win it. It really does kind of come down to Daniel Garcia, but yeah. I just feel like Bryan Danielson, he picks up the win here. Anyways,
probably
moving along. Let's see here. All right. Next up is the AEW Interim Women's Championship. Toni Storm, Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida in a 4-way dance. Forrest, you're up first.
Toni Storm.
Here, let's get some extra points on this one by saying who they pin, maybe, you know?
Okay, Forrest, who is Toni Storm pinning?
Ugh. Britt.
Okay.
That was my exact pick as well.
All right. It's funny because that's my exact pick as well.
All right, well, I'm going to change my my pin to Hikaru Shida then, just to have a little bit of a difference here.
I mean, so you're changing the pin to Shida.
Yeah, I'm saying Toni Storm will pin Shida.
Okay. My heart wants Hikaru Shida to win this championship.
Yeah.
My heart really wants that. But I just feel like there's a story there to be told with Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa. So, unfortunately, and I would also love Jamie Hayter to win. Like heart picks, Shida, Hayter, but I think Toni Storm's the one that's going to walk away with it. Do we have a pick for Big T? We need a pick for Big T. Ryan Storm saying Storm because her and Thunder have been teasing a feud. Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Come on, Big T. I'm assuming T's gonna say Toni Storm as well. It's kind of.
Yeah, let's see who he thinks that she's gonna pin though. Let's see. While we're waiting for Big T,
phone died.
Very excited for this match. I think that this is gonna be a really good match. Giving the ladies a nice 4-way dance. Give them some time. This is gonna be really good. A lot of talent in this match.
Yep.
Big T picking Tony. Big T, who is Toni Storm going to pin? Or tap out, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, hey, yeah.
Does Tony have a submission?
Oh, I'm just saying in general.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
She's got to have one. I just don't know if I've seen it.
Coach
He might be a little bit behind us. T, hit that refresh button or hit that live button.
Yeah, Big T. We need to know who's Tony. Tony's paying Shida. He says. Okay. All right. Moving along. It's gonna be a real pain in the ass when we get to the point where I wasn't able to finish writing these things down, but it's okay. All right. Next up, we have the TBS Championship. We have Jade Cargill versus Athena. Let's see. Who was the legal man last time? It was Big T and Jeff. So it's Juan and the coach. So I think that, and this is really coming off of Friday, like tonight's promo. I don't know, man. I think maybe Athena beats Jade here. I mean, it's a big show. Athena was brought in. Clearly, they had this plan for Chris Statlander and Athena to win gold at this pay-per-view. I feel like that was honestly the plan. Obviously, Chris got hurt. I'm going with Athena here, and I think that this is one of those matches where it can go either way, but got to make a pick, so I'm going to go with Athena. Juan, the match is Jade Cargill versus Athena for the TBS title. Forrest, what's your pick?
Jade retention.
Jade retention. Okay. This is one of those matches where it really comes down to this one.
It needs to. No, that's like Athena. You're not. It's like the WWE versus the homegrown talent thing.
I get that, but I don't know. So here's my other. Okay, actually, let me say one more thing too. So I am in the belief right now that Sasha Banks is going back to WWE. Because my question is, if Jade beats Athena, who's beating Jade? Because now we're getting to the point where she's had a very long title reign. She's defended the title 36 times successfely. You gotta start to question okay, well, you're starting to get to a point where it's building up really well. Who's beating Jade? And I think Athena comes in. She's new. I don't know who else AEW is bringing in or who else is in a position where it makes sense for Jade to lose. So I'm picking Athena, going on the belief that Sasha's going to WWE. If Sasha is coming to AEW, then Jade's winning this match. But I just think that Sasha re-signed with the company. That's just what I think. So that's why I'm picking Athena. I just wanted to clarify my pick.
Yeah, no, I see your logic on that. However, I feel like shouldn't Chris Statlander take the title?
Well, they were building up for Chris Statlander to take the women's title, the world title, when she got hurt. She was number 1 ranked, and they were going towards a direction where clearly she wasn't actually the plan for Jade. She was moving into place to take Thunder Rosa down before she got hurt. Looks like Juan took Athena, I think. Oh no, Juan took Jade.
Yeah, Juan took Jade, and Coach Nick took Athena.
Okay. Again, it's a great card because it's like it really could go either way. If Jade wins this match, I'm not surprised. But I mean that's just me trying to use my brain here, trying to think about what's the biggest way you could capitalize. Obviously Jade's getting to a point where you want to put some. It's getting around time. I don't know who else you put in that spot to, like maybe Jamie Hayter. Maybe. I mean, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. Big T says he thinks Sasha's going to AEW. So real quick, the other day in the WWE, somebody had a sign that said, "We want Naomi, not Sasha." And they had a security guard like Olympic sprint over to this dude, and he jumped the barricade like a freaking hurdle to grab this sign from somebody.
Yeah,
Big T,
Sasha. They referred to Sasha on the sign as Botcha.
Oh yeah, Botcha Banks, yeah.
Botches wrestling, and it's just
yeah. I can assure you that the way that guy ran to get that sign, she's already back with him. There's almost no doubt.
Yeah, I would love for her to go to AEW, but I think that she's drinking Paul Levesque's Kool-Aid and she wants to go back. So what can you do? All right. Let's see. Next up, we have a trios match. We have the House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. Forrest, I believe this is. Well, Jeff's legal man, so Jeff, you make the pick here because it was your pick last time. So go ahead, Jeff.
So this is that trios with Darby, Sting, and Miro versus the House of Black?
Yes.
I gotta think the House of Black comes out on this one with, the rumors that have been swirling around and House of Black taking that roll-up pin to lose the trios tournament. I gotta feel like they need a win here.
Okay. Extra points. Who's pinning who?
Oh boy. Okay, so I really think it's gonna have to be Malachi to get a pin here. Malachi pins Darby.
Okay. All right. Well, Big T, we need your pick as well. Please put that in. It's my pick, and I'm also taking the House of Black here. And I have I think I have a hot one, but I think it's warranted. I think it's time. I have Malachi Black pinning Sting.
To say we've never seen him on an end of a pin.
Sting has never lost a match ever. And he's never in AEW. He's never lost and he's never taken a pin.
Oh man, Coach is saying Sting joins House of Black. Oh,
I can see that happening too. I mean, he did take the. So I also do see a future where we see Sting turning on Darby, but I think that's going to be Sting's last match. So I don't know if we do it yet, but I don't know. Maybe this is where we start doing that. I don't know how much time Sting has left. I don't know.
Give me Sting as the leader of the House of Black in some weird way. Oh.
All right, and we still need a pick from Forrest. Go ahead, Forrest.
Sting doesn't lose. You already said it.
Okay,
it's in his contract.
So you're taking Darby, Sting, and Miro?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna write Team Darby here because it's a lot to write down there. So I'm just gonna write Team Darby. We'll know what you're picking. And who's pinning who?
I think Miro's gonna pin Murphy.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
That's a very logical, yeah. Again, great card. A lot of 50-50s here. I think this is another one. Big T, do we have a pick from Big T? Does anyone okay, House of Black. Malachi pins Darby. Okay. Thing turns. Yeah, I think that's a possibility too. Let's see here. So Malachi.
I want to throw something out here. If Big T and Coach get that right, that Sting turns heel, I want them to get an extra point in that match.
Okay. So
that seems heel? Only fair because I was not thinking of a Sting heel turn at all.
I was also thinking it, but I just feel like okay. So here's the thing: going into this weekend, I was picking the House of Black to win, and I was picking Malachi Black to get the pin. But I mean, not that I'm really buying into a lot of the stories and the rumors, but I think Malachi Black is a great talent, and you really want to make sure he's respected. So I mean, I don't want to say crumble to the demands of the wrestler, kind of, but I don't know. I think give Malachi Black a really big pin. That's a wow moment. That's like like a pay-per-view, like, holy shit, Malachi Black just pinned Sting moment.
Yeah.
I do see Sting turning afterwards, though. Maybe not tonight, but like I could see it because of the Black Mist. But yes, I do agree. If that ends up happening like that, Big T will get an extra point. Let me circle that so I know. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Jungle Boy, Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. Excuse me. I believe this is my pick. I think Jungle Boy wins this. I think it's a grudge match. I don't know if they do another match. So I'm picking Jungle Boy. Forrest.
Who you got, Juan?
Jack Perry, baby.
Jungle Jack.
Jungle Jack. Well, he said he ain't Jungle Boy. He's Jack Perry for this match.
Yeah, well, so Forrest, I know you're never here, but we were discussing on the show last week that I believe that Jungle Boy is going to start being kind of a Stone Cold moniker, where it's going to be like Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and people are going to know him as Jack Perry. You know what I mean? Like JR yelling, Jungle Boy, Jungle Boy. Okay, Juan and Coach. Need a pick from Juan and Coach.
Coach has got Jungle Boy in chat.
You say Coach is Jungle Boy? Okay,
Yep.
so we just need a pick from Juan.
Okay, so he says, let me tag Jeff back in for this one. I like it, Juan. I like it. So we are absolutely going with Jungle Boy on this one. I feel like Christian Cage's job in AEW, like his description literally says, build up younger talent. So I really hope that Jungle Boy would win this one.
All right. Okay, well, so if we're doing that, which is totally, I'm fine with it.
We still got
Big T, if you guys want to tag in and out, you can as well.
There's still a possibility of Luchasaurus showing up and tearing Jungle Boy up. So,
Yeah, possibly.
We shall see.
We'll see. All right. Next up, we have a trios match: FTR and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Forrest, this is your pick.
FTR Wardlow.
Okay. Who pins who?
I feel like Let's go with Wardlow pins Jay Lethal.
Okay. Jeff, you're not the legal man. So I need a pick from Juan and Big T here. I'm also going FTR and Wardlow. I am thinking that we see. Thinking we see Wardlow pin Alex Shelley. Is that the guy's name? Alex Shelley, right? Not Chris Sabin, but the other guy. It's Alex Shelley, right?
Alex Shelley,
right.
Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking Wardlow pins Alex Shelley. I think he pins someone in Motor City Machine Guns, but I think it's going to be Alex Shelley. Because I have to pick one. So we need Juan and Big T. Juan and Big T both taking... Juan is taking Bork Laser. So I'm going to have to write that down as a pick.
I was showing a Brock Lesnar figure on the screen.
Oh. Okay, so... Juan
FTR
said
and Wardlow,
pins Sabin. Okay.
Ooh, Wardlow pins Sabin. All right.
I think Juan and I are kind of on the same page here. It's going to be Wardlow pinning one of those guys. All right, and then Big T picks FTR and Wardlow. I just need to know who the pinfall's where that's gonna happen.
This has
really
to be
fun that they're working with Impact again, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, they even put the Impact logo under their name and stuff on the graphics. So, like, yeah, we know they're cool.
Yeah, it's good to see.
But this has to be the worst action wrestling figure in existence. This is looks
Big
like
T's going with a
Frankenstein.
3-man powerbomb on the opponents. Legal man Wardlow gets the pin against who? Who does he pin?
We need them names.
Give me a name.
Write it in the note.
This gives me a chance to try to write some more matches down. So this is fine. Let me know when Big T says something.
Yeah, I got you, Juan. We'll get that hot tag. Tag me back in for the Joker pick unless the Joker's your winner. We might be.
Did Big T give a response yet?
I'm not Jay Lethal.
Okay. Wardlow pins Jay Lethal. All right, next up is the Casino Ladder match. And it is Claudio Castagnoli versus Wheeler Yuta versus Penta versus Rey Fenix versus Roosh versus Andrade El Idolo versus Dante Martin versus the Joker. All right, so let's see here. Looks like Jeff is the legal man here, and so is the coach. Jeff, I think. Who picked? Forrest picked first last time. So Jeff, it's your turn. Who's winning the ladder match? And bonus point, who is the Joker?
All right, so quickly, I'm going to answer the who is the Joker part.
Okay.
With Adam Cole, baby. And then I'm going to hot tag out to Juan for the winner of said Casino Battle Royale.
Okay.
I hope I didn't ruin his pick. Juan, if your pick is going to be the Joker and it's not Adam Cole, you can throw your guy out there. Juan says Adam Cole and he wins.
Okay. All right.
Me and Juan on
Coach,
the same
from the
page.
Coach is saying
It's
either
smoke.
MJF or Kota Ibushi as Joker. Go ahead and pick one of those, please, Coach. Big T thinks it's Samoa Joe.
Oh, nice.
All right,
That's a good one.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go. So I think the Joker wins this match, and I think I have two names that really come to mind, and they're both like really screaming at me. I saw a rumor that the Joker isn't going to be who we think it's going to be. Coach saying the Joker wins. Coach said Joker wins, and you got to pick one name, Coach. You got to pick one. It has to be either MJF or Kota Ibushi. No, Coach, I saw that you put two names, but I need one name. You got to go with one.
You got to pick one.
You got to pick one. I would love to go with two as well, but that just makes it too easy. So the two names that really scream to me is Adam Cole and Kota Ibushi. He's clearly wrapping up with New Japan. I don't know if he's done already or not. He's been saying that he would like to work in AEW. He could reunite with Kenny. You know,
the Golden
I think
Lovers.
That would be great. But his shoulder's an issue. So I don't know if I want to go Kota Ibushi because of the shoulder. So I'm picking the Joker to win, and I also think it's going to be Adam Cole. With the Bobby Fish thing happening, I don't know where the Elite storyline's going to go, if it's going to happen at all now. So maybe they move Adam Cole on. I do think we see Adam Cole return in some capacity on Sunday. But I think this works for him. So I'm going with Joker. Adam Cole wins. Forrest, your pick.
Samoa Joe, and Joe wins.
Woo!
Okay. Oh, CM Punk and Samoa Joe? That'd be great.
Exactly.
Exactly. What you doing there? That's dope. That's really dope. That might happen. That would be dope.
That's a nice hot.
That's a good
feud
pick.
with two baby faces. Perfect heel turn time.
That's a real good pick. I'm not gonna lie. And then did Coach pick one? Coach picked Kota Ibushi. Okay.
So Joe just finished. He finished Twisted Metal like 2 weeks ago.
We're expecting him back any day now. So it again completely makes sense.
Does that also? Right. How do we fit him in and Adam Cole to get at 100% roster? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I expect both of them back soon.
Yeah, maybe Adam Cole just shows back up on Wednesday, or one of them just shows back up.
Again, I could also see them doing Adam Cole versus CM Punk. I mean, that's a big match that they probably want to do. So, I think it works.
Hey, Fed fans.
I don't think any of these picks are bad. I think Kota Ibushi is also a great pick to bring him in.
Yep.
All right. Now here's the part where I have to start writing things down very quickly. So next up is the AEW Tag Team Championship match. It is Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. All right. Jeff went first last time, so this is my time to shine, I guess. And this is going to come off as a heart take, but it's not. I'm taking the Acclaimed. And I'm going to explain why. I think it's very interesting for them to do a babyface versus babyface match here for the title. And the Acclaimed right now, they're the #1 merch seller on the shop. They're super over with the crowd. They have a gimmick that everyone really loves. They brought Billy Gunn back in for that reason. And Trav Rock, Joe is considered both. I mean, he's a Ring of Honor TV champion, but Tony Khan right now is kind of moving them around. So, but I think that something's going to go down in this match. I think Swerve turns on Keith Lee here. They were teasing it before they won the titles. They've defended the titles for about a month now, a little bit over, going on 2. And it just seems really weird booking to kind of just take the Acclaimed, who are super over right now, and throw them into this match and for them to lose. So again, it comes off as a heart pick, but I feel like there's a lot of logic in the Acclaimed winning here. Forrest, it's your pick.
Yeah, I was going to go with the Acclaimed as well. Super over, as you said, #1 merch. It kills me. I would gladly be wrong if Keith Lee retains. But also, it's again to my earlier point of it's getting to the point where a chronic criticism of AEW is XWE guys beat AEW guys. And I think Tony Khan's trying to change that with at least the divisions underneath. Like your main box office draw is still your main box office draw. You were hired for a reason. However, down in like tag teams and stuff, I think there needs to be more AEW guys need titles, and wins, not the WWE guys.
I'm going to be so fucking hyped if the Acclaimed win. I'm going to be freaking out. Those are my guys. Those have been my guys since like day one. Like when they first started, I was like, oh, I really like these guys. Juan and Big T. We need picks from Juan and Big T.
So while we're waiting for their picks, I'm going to throw mine in just because I want to talk about it. So I really feel like Swerve and Keith Lee are going to retain here. But if you think about both of them going off into singles reigns or singles, whatever you want to call it, and I want one of them to go towards the TNT title and one to go towards the world title. Maybe after they have a feud with each other, of course, or something like that. That really seems like a good idea to me to have Swerve going after one of the world titles, whether it be TNT or the major. Same thing with Keith Lee. So I actually do think that it makes the most sense to have the Acclaimed win here, especially with the merchandise sales. I can't even imagine what the shirt's going to look like or say on it if they are, and new scissor me,
I just want to make sure I heard you right. So you said you were picking Swerve, though, right?
No. I was saying I really think, like, if I take away the whole, all the stuff I just said, I feel like they would still win and retain. But I think it makes the most sense for the Acclaim to win, so I am going to pick the Acclaim.
Gotcha. Do we have picks for
It's time. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, sorry, Forrest, go ahead.
No, I was going to say also because it's just this, and every time I see them on screen, I think back to the last pay-per-view, or whenever they won the titles, I forget, where Swerve is about to hit, Keith Lee starts walking towards him with the belt, about to hit him, and then he goes, "Not yet," to the camera.
Exactly.
And I'm
really?
like,
He said,
are they going to
"Not yet"?
reset that spot in this match? But he's going to be like, now, and then he's going to hit him.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that I agree with what Jeff's saying, where it's like it's really time to get Swerve and Keith Lee into some singles storylines and title contentions. And I think that what they need to do, because obviously these guys are tag champions, they won together. I mean, honestly, if they have the balls to do it, and I kind of hope they do, Swerve could talk about Keith Lee's friend who got cancer. And that was a big thing that happened. Like, that was a big storyline the night that Keith Lee and Swerve won the titles.
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
I think that, like, if Swerve has, if they really can go there, if Keith Lee can can handle that. I could see a heel swerve absolutely doing that. You know what I
Heel
mean?
swerve. Yep.
But so yeah, I just think
I
that
want
you
heel
just
swerve now.
get a blood feud going between those two, have them do like 1 or 2 matches, maybe a third blow off. I mean, I don't know.
Yep. You know me, I'm a huge Swerve fan, so they can almost do no wrong with him in my book at the moment. So
House boo.
All right. Juan and Big T. Do we have picks, guys, for Juan and Big T for this matchup?
all right, Juan is picking Keith Lee and Swerved. Billy Gunn turns on the Acclaimed. Okay.
Swerve.
Coach Nick, Acclaimed
No,
all
Big T.
day, baby.
It's Big T's pick.
Oh, it's Big Team. He says the Acclaimed as well. Pop's gonna be insane.
All right. Okay. Next up, we have Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Whose pick is this? I started with the Acclaim, so Forrest, it's your pick.
Oh, shit. This is that one. This is the one where I was like, this is the hardest one. Because it's like, ugh.
It really is.
Damn, this is literally like this. I felt like this one I have gone back and forth on the most, and I'm like, do we build monster heel Hobbs, or do we push smart babyface Stonks, Ricky Stonks? Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm still of that dream from the moment I first saw Ricky Starks. I was like, this is the Rock 2.0. Dancing on the hood of the car while Brian Cage was power slamming Darby Allin into it. I want that Ricky Starks. I want him getting over, somehow outwitting Powerhouse's Hobbs' strength, so I'm going to go with Starks. That's a heart pick, though. That's a heart pick. My head, for some reason, is saying Hobbs. I don't know.
Okay. Forrest with the heart pick. Jeff, it's your pick. And we also need a pick from Coach here.
Coach has Starks in this one.
Okay.
Man, this is a tough one. This is one of those that could almost be a coin flip. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I tried to like debate like who are they pushing more? Are we pushing Ricky here? Are we pushing Hobbs here? So I'm actually gonna make a. I don't know how to do that. I want to say I want to make a crazy pick here, and I want some sort of a disqualification or something to happen where we don't get a winner, but there would be a winner somehow. They would say this guy or that guy's disqualified.
You can pick a no contest. That is a thing we've done before.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how it's gonna go though. So you know what? I'm gonna say Powerhouse Hobbs wins. You know, by nefarious methods.
Okay. My pick.
Ricky will still look strong.
Yeah. So I've really struggled with this one.
Yeah.
Much like you guys, much like Forrest. This is a really difficult one, but my heart says Ricky Starks. My heart's like Ricky Starks is. I said it earlier during the Rampage recap. This guy is a pillar. Like, hopefully, if Tony Khan's smart, he has him here for the rest of his career. But I have to go with my brain here, and I'm going to pick Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, the reason I'm picking Hobbs is because I do not think that this rivalry is over after Sunday.
Agreed. I
think that this is the way that Hobbs turned on Starks. This storyline can go. It has legs. Honestly, I see the final match of this rivalry being at Full Gear, which hopefully we will be at because it will be in Newark, New Jersey. Which, while I fucking hate New Jersey, I love AEW so much, I will go to an AEW pay-per-view, even if it's in New Jersey.
Woo. Yeah, that is one of the low points of us having to go there, but I mentioned it too.
God damn, what a miserable. Can we just like take a second to really just talk about, like, Forrest, I don't know how you do it, man. I mean, like, you live in like one of the worst places in America. Like, I mean, it's like,
just wait till my Philadelphia promo.
It's like Texas, Florida, New Jersey. Like, those are like the 3 worst states. It's like, ew. It's gross. It's just slimy. Don't like it.
Nah, Wisconsin's pretty bad too.
Oh yeah.
No, they have cheese there. Cheese is fucking banging. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah.
I'm cool with Wisconsin. I could fucks with Wisconsin in some places. Not every area, not in every facet, but it has some pluses. Anyways,
Which part? There's only two. There's like 2 cities, and the rest is just grass.
I don't know. I think it's really cool that like Lambeau Field is kind of like right next door to like row homes. Like, if you've ever seen it, people have their backyards and then it's a picket fence and then it's the fucking Packers stadium. Like that's really fucking cool. Like I can't hate on that. Like I wish Lincoln Financial Field was in my backyard. That would be dope. But like, you know what I mean? Well,
That
it
would be
wouldn't be
cool.
dope if I was trying to sleep, but it's still dope. Plus cheese. I like cheese. Anyways, moving on to the next match, we have the AEW World Trios Championship match because this is a fucking stacked card. We have the Elite versus the Dark Order and Hangman Page. Juan and Big T, you are the legal men here. You may make your picks. Oh boy, see, this could age really poorly, depending on what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm picking the Elite to win. And this is going to be a heart pick. This is a heart thing. This is really a heart thing. I think that the Elite win here. After the match, Dark Order are very frustrated with Hangman. I think Hangman might even take the pin here. I think in some way Hangman costs them the win.
Yes.
I don't know if he eats the pin or he hits a buckshot on Silver or Reynolds. Something happens where there is some dysfunction here, right? And I could just see like the Elite, they go off and they celebrate, right? And Hangman's left with the losers. Hangman, like we look at this fantasy booking. I'm sorry, it's that time of the show, but so we have the Elite and the Hangman storyline, and the Elite, they went to Hangman. The Bucks went to Hangman, asked for his help, and he told them no. And he said that like you should go with Kenny. And like the Bucks wanted to make up with Hangman there, and Hangman shuts it down. So now Hangman's going to pay for his errors here because the Bucks and Kenny, they're going to go off and they're going to go celebrate their win. And then you're going to have Hangman in the ring with the Dark Order and they lose, and Hangman's like, I'm sorry guys, we tried. You know, I think 10 comes out, I think Uno comes out, and I think it's this whole big thing where they're going to be like, it's all right, we're still friends. And then I think the Dark Order just fucking destroys Hangman. Like, this is what we've been talking about for months, where I'm just like either the Dark Order is going to be really fucking cool by the end of All Out, or they're going to be fucking dog shit by the end of All Out. And I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to go with the Dark Order turns on him here, and Uno grabs the mic and introduces the new leader of the Dark Order, and he says that Uno says the Dark Order's been lacking purpose since the passing of Brody Lee.
Yes.
We love Mr. Brody Lee, but Brody would want us to move on and to dominate AEW. That was his original design. I'm going on so long so that way you guys can make your picks.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But it's just the way it lined up where I was going first here, but I feel really strongly about this one. And and Uno's like, in honor of Brody, we have a new leader, and Hangman, quite frankly, you're not it. And then out comes Wyndham. Wyndham hits what I would assume is still going to be the Sister Abigail. I mean, it's going to be called something else probably, or whatever his finisher is going to be. I think Wyndham comes out, he hits the finisher, and lights go out. Dark Order's gone.
Oh.
It's my grand opus. This is 100% heart here, because the other problem is if the Dark Order don't have anything like that planned and there's nothing planned for them, then I officially fucking hate the Dark Order. But you have like 10 going on Twitter tweeting about it, questioning like his purpose and the direction, and you have like Uno, like Andrade, again, they do things for a reason. You have Andrade saying to Uno, like, you used to be the man who made the rules. What happened to you? Like, I want to buy you, tranquilo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just things that are said and meant, and I just think that the Elite win, and we see the debut of Wyndham. Now, again, this could age very poorly about 12 hours from now. But I got to make a pick here and now. And obviously, Wyndham coming out does not affect my pick of the Elite. I mean, I think the Elite are going to win regardless. I would be very, very surprised to see Hangman and Dark Order win with no direction. I mean, I guess they could do it, but I would like to request a point if this all happens. Please.
Sure.
I think that's fair. Forrest, do you agree that I can get a point if everything happens the way I just predicted it?
A point if you're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
No. Well, then, no, I won't do it. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a part of the high rollers.
No, you can do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. No, don't do it.
No, don't do it?
No.
Okay.
Is it Juan picking this one? Juan's a legal man on our team?
Yeah, sorry. That was a really long-winded segment. But, yes, Juan and Big T get picks. Forrest, it's your pick.
The Elite. However, I think it's gonna end like in your ultimate nightmare scenario where they're all in the ring, they're staring across from them, and Reynolds and Alex Reynolds and John Silver are like, go be with your friends, go. You don't need us anymore, and that's the corny way that and then they go back to just doing BT.
But Hangman wouldn't leave the Dark Order there.
If there's emotional enough moments in the match, and like they're gonna be like, go be with them. You don't need us anymore. Like a old sappy thing. Like, go. You don't need us. We were here for you. We'll always be here for you.
And then as soon as he
go
joins,
back to your Elite.
And then as soon as he joins his friends, then Wyndham shows up and kills him.
Booking. Trav Rock thinks I should get a point if everything goes down the way I said. Jeff is the general manager of the podcast, so that's his decision.
The only reason I don't want to say yes is because I was gonna say almost the exact same thing. You know what I mean? But
I gave a lot of detail in my defense. Yeah. I gave a lot of detail. I'm talking like down to wording of promos.
Okay, so if we want to do that, what are the things that have to happen? We need at least, let's say, a minimum of 3 things that you said have to happen, right?
Okay, well, obviously the Elite winning is not part of that.
Okay.
I think the Dark Order turns on Hangman.
Okay.
The Dark Order announces that they have a new leader.
Okay.
In honor of Brody Lee. I almost keep saying Brody King. In honor of Brody Lee. And it's Wyndham.
Okay, I can agree with a point for all 3 of those things.
Okay.
So Dark Order turning on Hangman, having a new leader, and it being Wyndham. Okay, yeah. 1 extra point if you get all that right.
So he gets a championship's advantage?
Yes, champion's advantage once again.
A good way to put it as well. I like it.
Deal with it.
But that's a tough one. If that happens, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. It's very specific, which is why I feel like, okay, like I should get a point because I really think this is what's going to happen. Juan and Big T, I don't know if you guys made a pick while I was rambling.
They did. It's way up there. So Juan says he's got Dark Order, and Big T's got the Elite.
All right. This is actually a really good prediction show because I feel like we all have a lot of different picks.
Yeah,
like,
we all got
some
Sammys, good ideas
but there's a
behind
good
it
amount
too.
of. Yeah, this tag team championship thing is going really well, I think.
Absolutely.
All right. It is time for the main event. It is the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Jon Moxley defending his championship against the best in the world, CM Punk. And this, folks, this is why we play the game right here. This is it. This is this is actually the match. Like, obviously I said that the first match was the biggest match in AEW history. This is the biggest match in AEW history. That's just my opinion. Jeff and Coach, I think I started last time, so Forrest, you get the first pick here.
Good. I'm going to use this for my fantasy point thing.
Okay.
So, I think CM Punk. Definitely CM Punk's going to win.
Okay.
But then MJF is going to come out with his new faction that Stokely's been recruiting for him while he's been gone. And then they're going to surround the ring. And instead of attacking Punk, they attack Moxley. And MJF hands Punk a mic. And Punk sits on Moxley's chest. And then I also see the line somewhere because he's straight edge and I'm better than you, like them using their catchphrases together.
Okay. I like it. I think a lot of that happens. So I think it's fair to say 3 points, just like mine was 3 points. You said MJF and crew show up. They attack Mox. And CM Punk sits on Mox's chest and cuts a promo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross legs promo. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he doesn't have to sit on his chest, but MJF or Punk, they cut a promo, right?
All right, we'll say Punk cuts promo. Punk sits down and cuts promo.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So, Juan, since this is a tag match and this is the I guess you would say the end of the match and the klaxon horn is sounding here. I think we're gonna have a double team in the ring here for our finishing move. Who you got there, Juan? Throw your pick in chat for me here, and if I agree with you, I'm tagging you in for a finishing move. Big T is going with Punk.
Is picking CM Punk. He likes Forrest's pick. For the record, I also think that Forrest, I think you're right. I absolutely do think that that's what we see have happen.
Yeah, because MJF can't be sitting out that much longer. Also,
sorry, go ahead.
Stokely's got to pay off, but that's a big ass faction.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of the point.
It's just enough. I think you have Moriarty, and there's one other guy, I forget. Ethan Page. And then you got Morrissey, who can be their big guy. So they could do Morrissey as a singles. They maybe do Ethan as a tag. And then they got MJF and Stokely. I think it's perfect.
No, but to be fair, you're also forgetting about Shawn Spears and you're forgetting about the Gun Club. It is a very big faction.
Yeah.
Even if Shawn Spears doesn't come back, it's still 7 people.
Yeah, exactly. It is a very big faction. But so this is why I also see it as, on the flip side, MJF and Punk do not join together. I think MJF shows up with this faction and announces a war on AEW.
All right.
I think you need bodies for that. I think MJF shows up and he said, and this is how you write him back in. You have MJF show up with his guys and you say that, we're all still under contract. We will all be causing hell until we get what we want, which is the spotlight. I think every character there has a reason why they're not respected or why they're not shown or whatever. And you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's the way it happens also. I think those are 2 big possibilities. I do think we definitely see MJF though. Let's see. Jeff, it's your pick.
All right. So, me and Juan being tag team here kind of gave him the old tag in, and we're going to do a double finishing move here. So we got Mox winning. MJF returns, costing Punk the match. So I don't know if I need to do enough to get an extra point here for us, but that's what we're on right here. So I'm thinking Mox is going to win because MJF interferes somehow. This is obviously going to set up another match between MJF and Punk. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Mox wins, MJF, returns as well.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. For the tag championships, to give yourselves an extra, the option to get an extra point, we also need to give Coach and Big T somewhere where they can get an extra point.
Yeah, let's not do that. We'll just do the extra points for you guys in the championship, and we'll just do ours as the normal.
We'll do bonus points, but in terms of the special extra points, I think that we should just keep it like that. Okay, so Jeff and Juan taking Moxley wins this match. Okay. All right, folks, that is the card. Let's do some bonuses.
All right.
Broken tables. Let's start with that, obviously, our staple. So the question is, how many tables will be broken? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I never gave my pick. CM Punk.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it was such a given. I didn't even think, I'm picking CM Punk. Oh my God. No way.
No way. Bro.
plot twist. I didn't even think to mention it, so I just turned back to see who was the legal man.
I don't think anyone questioned that you didn't mention it.
I didn't.
No, we didn't. We all knew who you were picking.
Yeah, this is a heart. I don't even care. I think it's a brain pick, but it's also a heart pick. I'm gonna go. I'm ride or die with CM Punk. If CM Punk's losing his fucking match, his title match, I'm losing my title match. I'm fine with that.
Real quick for the Broken Tables one, I think everybody should get a pick for the Broken Tables, and everybody can add a point to their team.
I agree with that. Okay, let me write down.
Coach has 3 tables being broken.
Who does?
Coach.
All right,
so Juan, you throw out a number of how many tables you think will be broken. You as well, Big T. I'm gonna go with 4 because every Sting match has a minimum of 2 on a pay-per-view.
I agree with you. I think 4 is a good number.
Okay.
Forrest.
I'm gonna go with 5 because the Sting matches, but also Hobbs is going to blast Ricky through like that up at the top where they set up 4 at once. I can totally see that being a spot, and then Stark's kind of hobbling out of there.
Okay. Juan's picking 2. Big T.
Yeah, it's Chicago. They're not going to get them we want tables. Be like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 4 is a good number. If not 4, it's gonna be 6. So
yeah.
Big T also picking 4. All right.
Remember, guys, we had 7 at that. The last pay-per-view with Sting in a match, there were 7 broken tables in that match.
Yeah, but to be fair, they were doing a Falls Count Anywhere match. In all fairness.
True.
All right, let's do another one. Let's do returns. And because I think there's a lot of speculation that there's a lot of returns happening, it's going to be a 2-pointer. Well, multiple pointer.
We kind of did this though.
But we've talked about it throughout the show. But I'm thinking, how many returns are there going to be, and who's going to return for each person?
Well,
again, this is a multi-parter. You guys can veto if you don't want to do this, but we usually do debuts and returns. So I think this is a good time to do that.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get Adam Cole and MJF. Yeah, Coach Nick said the same thing.
All right, hold on.
I feel like it's going to cancel us all. We're all going to cancel each other out. We're all going to say MJF and Adam Cole pretty much, aren't we? Actually, a couple people said Samoa Joe, so all right.
Well, I'm saying debuts and returns.
Yeah. Debuts?
So debuts as well.
Joe, MJF.
Okay, so hold on, let's run through this. So Jeff, you're saying Adam Cole and MJF.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you're saying 2.
I really couldn't predict a debut. I haven't heard of anybody being signed or anything, you know. Oh, Kota Ibushi debut. There you go, Coach.
All right. What did the coach say?
He said Adam Cole and Samoa Joe too, but he also threw in Kota Ibushi for a debut.
And MJF. Okay. So Coach has got 4. Coach has got, let's see, MJF, Adam Cole. This might not be a good idea for this pointer. If you guys
I was
want to
say this point, we already kind of predicted it throughout some of the other ones. Might want to, yeah.
So you want to squash this one?
Yeah, we might.
Okay. Do you guys have any other bonus points that you want to do then?
The number of turns or who's turning?
We'll let's do this for that then, because I do like that. Let's do each person picks one face, one turn, one person that's gonna turn face or heel. We can either be right or wrong. You know what I mean? Yes, it'll be like a yes or no. So I'll volunteer.
Will someone turn?
Yes, and I'll volunteer. No, I meant one person who's going to turn, and we predict who it is. So I'll go first, and I'll say.
So I think Punk's gonna turn heel on.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Swerve.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Rome's got the Swerve one.
Jeff.
So this is going to be kind of weird here. I think the baddies are going to turn on Jade. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can pick that. That's fine.
Okay.
Juan's picking Billy Gunn And Coach is picking Sting.
Sting turn would blow my mind, Coach. My brain would.
We need a turn for Big T. Big T, who do you think's turning heel or face?
He says if Adam Cole, Samoa Joe. Oh, that's from the other one earlier that we scrapped.
Yeah, that's okay. It was a very complicated one, and like you said, we discussed it a lot.
Yeah.
I just know we normally do that thing, but that's fine. Big T agrees with the coach that Sting turns.
Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna be so good.
Anything else we want to do? Any other bonus points? Anyone have any ideas?
I think that's good. I think with the 14 matches, we got like something like 17 or 18 points here. I think we should definitely have some winners, no draws. Sounds good to me, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Look, at the end of the day, the King's Court's taking home all the gold. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Super excited. Curly's is going to be fire, and the food's going to be good. Wrestling's going to be great. Like I'm stoked. I'm ready to pick up the wins.
Real quick, any predictions for Roman versus Drew tomorrow? Think Solo Sikoa debuts on the main roster, causes a ruckus for the Bloodline. Oh, wow. I do think Roman loses to Drew, but I also think Solo Sikoa shows up for the Bloodline. I just don't see him going against them unless it's if the Usos completely turn on Roman. Wow, there we go. There's my prediction for you, Juan. The Usos will turn on Roman with Solo Sikoa, and they will assist McIntyre in his win, or possibly assist Theory in taking that belt off of McIntyre after his win. So there you go. Randy and Riddle. I don't know if you're going to see Riddle for a little bit, man. That's oof. Not sure if they care or not, but it seems like they might. All right, so I think that does it for our prediction show. Thank you guys very, very much for being here with us, and thank you guys for participating. This was actually really fun. I look forward to doing more of these for sure in the future with you guys. We will definitely swap out, some people from chat for the next couple ones. We'll have some new challengers for whoever may become the champion. You got anything else you want to add at the moment there, Rome?
No, man. Like I said, I think that this All Out's really shaping up to be probably one of their best pay-per-views ever. And I know we keep saying that, but this is exciting. It's gonna be a really fucking awesome weekend. I mean, obviously, I don't really care about WWE or the Fed, but I hope that the Fed fans enjoy their product. I hope everyone has a fun weekend. I hope Clash goes well for them, except for Bray, obviously.
I was gonna say, I hope you don't get Bray.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Definitely don't want that. But hopefully they have a good time because I really want to have a good time. So hopefully we all could just enjoy wrestling. But I'm really fucking excited for All Out. I'm so pumped.
Absolutely. Forrest, you got anything to add before we head out here?
I can't wait to go to sleep and take that title.
Yeah, I'm with you on the sleep one.
So hold on. So here's something I wasn't gonna say. I didn't want to be that guy.
You've prolonged the sleep.
I didn't want to be that guy.
You're always that guy when I'm here.
I didn't want to be that guy. But, I'm going to have to put Forrest on blast. I know. Spoiler. Shocker. I'm going to have to put Forrest on blast. So here's a little bit of behind the scenes. A little shoot from the hip for you folks. So, as I said on Discord today, I had officially submitted the Curly's order to Jeffrey Vegas. So that way the wonderful people at Curly's Creations could begin work tirelessly, making our weekend even better. So I go and I ask everyone that's going to be in my residence for the All Out party. I was like, what would you like, friend? I asked the wife, what would you like, wife? I asked myself what I would like. And then I asked Forrest what he would like from Curly's Creations.
Mm-hmm.
Because despite Forrest just straight up being a bad friend, I invited you into my home.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you constantly disrespect me.
And that's just something that's not gonna fly. I asked this man, this virtual boy, I asked him, "What do you want from Curly's, Forrest?" And he responds with, "I don't want Curly's."
Yep.
And you know what? If that's all you need to know about Forrest. That's all you need to know about you.
Well, actually, they need to also know that I'm trying to get back into cosplay shape, and that's why I literally started the diet for January. So I need to get cut. So
okay, yeah, sure.
We make salads, bro.
They make salad, right? That's what I'm saying. They make
I
good
don't eat
salads
vegetables.
too. You don't eat vegetables,
I dead ass do not eat vegetables.
folks. I've tried to warn you about Forrest,
Eat
and I'll
protein, baby.
I'll leave you with this, folks. Forrest is a flake. He flakes on things. You know, he hasn't. He announced that he was coming back last week, and he didn't even have the balls, real or virtual, to actually come on the show and confront me. Like you couldn't even do that. So
I was
now,
too busy putting CM Punk through a table.
well, as per usual, that was virtual. Time to get out from behind the keyboard, bud. Time to actually put your money where your mouth is. I wouldn't even be surprised if you don't show up on Sunday to my house. I'll tell you what, Forrest. If you win on Sunday and you beat me, I'll hand you the bell and I'll shake your hand. You'll have earned my respect. But I don't think you're going to. And quite frankly, as of right now, I don't respect you.
Well, you might come to regret both those decisions, but we'll see.
All right. I think that is going to do it for us here tonight. Rome, you want to go ahead and give us a closing out before our pay-per-view?
Absolutely. Well, this has been episode 70 of the Broken Tables podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you to everyone checking us out live on YouTube right now. Thank you to everyone who's checking us out probably tomorrow. It would be quite odd for you to watch an all-out preview show after All Out.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I don't judge. But yes, thank you. In case you were wondering, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is the only place you can find our Friday shows. Our Friday shows, which are usually Rampage reviews, are exclusive to our YouTube channel. So if you're listening on, any of our podcasting platforms, you're not listening to this episode. So make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at Broken Table Show or on Facebook and Instagram at the Broken Tables Podcast. You can follow all of us separately on our Twitters. Forrest has got his little virtual VTuber streaming thing going on. I mean, I guess you guys
You
can
can find me over on twitch.tv/Forrest, dude. Come on over.
Right. Anyways, we go live on YouTube following every single AEW Dynamite, Rampage, and even pay-per-views. All Out is this Sunday. We will be doing a post-show, a review, and looking over and the results of our predictions. We will not be, I will be successfully defending my Broken Predictions Championship, but we will be crowning inaugural Broken Predictions Tag Team Champions. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will see you guys Sunday night.
Right on. Everybody have a great night. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us. All right, till Sunday night. Top guys out.